Hey guys, Credit Shuffle here, and today I'm going to be telling you what's in my wallet. So basically these are the credit cards I've been using at the end of 2016 and will continue to use into 2017. Obviously I've taken my driving license and everything out, but basically right now I'm carrying around with me 6 cards, 4 are credit cards, 2 are debit cards, and I'm going to tell you why. So over here we have the Duo, which is the Sapphire Reserve and the Chase Freedom. And I've done videos already introducing these cards and explaining why these cards, this pair of cards, really are the best for accumulating large quantities of credit card points that can then be transferred into airline miles. This system is the most versatile at doing that. So for any serious travel hacker, this is a must-have. And I've got a separate video on that. I'll put a link to that at the end of this video. You can check it out. Chase Sapphire Reserve, of course, it came out this year. It's the hottest new card of 2016. And the Chase Freedom, this is the regular Freedom, not the Freedom Unlimited. I actually prefer this one because of the 5% revolving categories. So I'm going to put those aside. Now I have a pair of American Express cards that I carry around. And first we're going to talk about the Hilton Honors card. Now this card it's not a very difficult card to get. And it doesn't have an annual fee. But I feel that this card is very useful for me particularly, and I'll tell you why. So Hilton points are quite easy to accumulate. They're not worth that much, actually. They're one of the least valuable points out there. But this card, it collects 5 points per dollar at restaurants, gas stations, and supermarkets. So you can accumulate points quite quickly. Now, if you want to stay in a luxury Hilton, it'll cost you at least probably $60,000, even up to maybe $90,000 if you're staying somewhere like Hilton, Millennium Hilton in New York City, like one of their flagship luxury hotels. But if you want to go on, say, a weekend away somewhere in the United States, and you're not bothered about staying in somewhere super luxurious, you just want a nice, comfortable hotel, you can use these points to book any of Hilton's, lower quality options like Hampton Inn or Garden Inn for 30,000 points a night. And it's really, really convenient. So the sign-up bonus on this card is 75,000 points. With the spend, it gets you to about 90,000. So there's 3 free nights in Garden Inn or Hampton Inn straight away. Me and my wife got one of these cards each, so we ended up with 180,000 points. So basically, whenever we want to go on a weekend away, we just stay in a Hampton Inn or a Garden Inn, 30,000 points. If you want to go somewhere a bit nicer, like DoubleTree, you can actually book with points and cash, so it's 16,000 points plus $65. We did in Philadelphia, DoubleTree in Philadelphia. Not as nice as a Hilton, but, a little bit of a step up, pretty nice. That will cost you over $200 if you pay cash. So this is actually a great card for actually getting some rewards. Some of these cards, it takes ages to get the points, and the rewards cost so much. If you're staying at like the Sheraton or somewhere really, really posh. But with this card, you can actually get the redemption of rewards going quite quickly. And it's a very useful card if you're traveling around the United States. Now, I have another American Express. It's also a hotel card, and this one I haven't talked about before. This is the Starwood Preferred Guest Amex, or SPG. Now, I'm going to do a proper review of this card in January because I've booked some nights in SPG hotels in January, so I want to do a review after I've stayed in them, and so I've got the full info on this card. But the sign-up bonus on this is 25,000 points. And these are Starwood points. They're considered the most valuable type of credit card points. They're valued at 2.7 cents a piece by the pointsguy.com, who's a real authority on credit card points. So Starwood points, if you're not familiar, they're one of the 4 major credit card point systems. The others, of course, being Chase Ultimate Rewards, American Express Membership Rewards, and Citi Thank You Points. And the Starwood collection of hotels includes St. Regis, the Sheraton, many other luxury names. And now with the merger with Marriott, you can actually transfer these points to Marriott too. 1 Starwood points equals 3 Marriott points. So I've actually got booked for January 1 night at the Marriott in Taipei, Taiwan, and 2 nights at the Sheraton in another city in Taiwan. And that was all from the sign-up bonus of 25,000 points. So completely free of charge. Of course, if you're staying in these hotels in the United States, it'll cost a little bit more than it does in Taiwan. So this is a great card, and I'll give you a full review of it in January. Now, my last card that I'm going to talk about is the Charles Schwab debit card. Now, this isn't a credit card. It's actually a debit card. Charles Schwab is a brokerage. That's basically a bank that lets you use your account to buy stocks and shares. And this is the debit card that you get with their standard brokerage account. Now, the reason I carry this debit card is that they refund all ATM fees, and they do it worldwide, not just in the United States. So let's say you go to some pizza store in the middle of nowhere and they say, sorry, cash only, and then they point to some freestanding ATM in the corner that's going to charge you like $5 to get $10 out, right? We've all been there. So this card refunds all ATM fees. They refund it at the end of the month. So no matter whether you're buying something in the United States or whether you're in another country, particularly in less developed countries, acceptance of credit cards is not so wide. So it is advisable to carry some cash around with you. And obviously, if you can't find an ATM of your own bank, those ATMs are going to charge you fees. This card will refund them. So it's very useful, just basically for that purpose, for getting cash. Obviously, you don't ever want to use a credit card to get cash out, and there's reasons for that. It's limited to $1,000 a day in cash. Some people have said about this card that you don't get the best exchange rate when using ATMs overseas. It's apparently Visa's own exchange rate, which is weighted a little bit in Visa's favor. But of course, if you were exchanging cash at a bank, you would get a crappy exchange rate anyway, and you're getting your ATM fees refunded. So you can weigh up the benefits of it. This card will result in a hard pull from the Equifax credit rating agency. Even though it's a debit card, they still give you a hard pull for it, just to let you know. A hard pull takes your credit rating down by about 4 points for a couple of months, and then it'll bounce back up. And it is the debit card that goes with their brokerage account. The minimum deposit is $1,000, just to let you know. However, you don't have to use that account to buy shares, even though it has that function. If you're not interested in stocks and shares, you could just get the brokerage account anyway and just use it as a bank account and use Schwab as your bank. My final card, I'm actually not going to talk about it, but it's just my regular Chase debit card, which is my choice if I'm obviously near a Chase bank to get cash out. So guys, that's what's in my wallet at the end of 2016 and preparing for 2017. Like I said, I will give you a review of that Amex SPG next year when I come back from traveling, and also a review of some of these luxury hotels that I'm going to stay in. If you are interested in learning about investing, because obviously I had the Charles Schwab card that comes with their investment account, do leave a comment, and maybe I'll think about doing some videos on investing in the future. There was a really cool video that I can send you guys over to from a channel called Economic Invincibility about investing after Donald Trump becomes president, what to look out for in the stock market in Trump's America. I'll put a link to that on the end card of this video, and do leave him a comment, let him know that the Credit Shifu sent you there to check it out. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, I'm the Credit Shifu. Please subscribe for more interesting tips and tricks for credit cards every week. See ya!
Now I know it's over. I see you passing by.